It's a really good question, but instead of thinking about how to remove sugar, think about how to introduce nutrition and nutrients, specifically micronutrients, into your diet. With most people nowadays, regardless of whether you're suffering with metabolic issues, but even more so if you are, most of us are malnourished. And I'm not talking about clinically malnourished, where you would traditionally see someone with a super low BMI. I'm talking about malnourished in micronutrients, and that's what usually contributes to the manifestation of metabolic issues. Obviously, diet in general, lifestyle, etc., and genetics do play a role, but malnutrition is also a huge contributing factor. So I personally do not recommend fasting for most people, especially if you're a person that's just starting out in terms of addressing your metabolic issues. Fasting in general is not suitable to a lot of people because a lot of people do fasting wrong. What you're doing when you're fasting is you're eliminating the possibility of taking all the nutrients that you need. Think about it this way. A lot of people that do the 1 meal a day program will often complain and say, oh, my hair loss is getting worse, my skin is getting worse, etc. Yes, you will lose weight, but what will happen is you will not get 25 to 30 grams of fiber, 100 to 150 grams of protein, plus all of the micronutrients that you need in 1 meal per day, even if you supplement. So you're automatically eliminating a huge chunk of time where you could actually get nutrition in. It is very tempting to prioritize your weight or the traditional route in addressing your insulin resistance by eliminating sugar, but there's more to it than that. And to answer your question about me personally, yes, my diet was a huge factor in what helped me heal my hair loss, but I, like most of you that are following me, that are watching my content, was malnourished in the sense that I was so depleted of micronutrients for decades, as is the case with a lot of people. So even though I did end up losing a little bit of weight by switching my diet, I prioritized nutrition over weight loss in the short term. Yes, I have since lost like about 40 pounds, but it only happened in the past 6 months and I still have quite a way to go, but I am so careful in still prioritizing nutrition over really quick short-term weight loss. So yes, my diet was super helpful, but I also implemented movement. I also implemented nervous system regulation, addressing my liver issues, so prioritizing my liver health. Supplements were definitely a factor in my journey, especially at the beginning, but even now. And I saw you mentioning in your comment the temptation to pig out. That is normal when you are dealing with insulin resistance. You are used to wanting and craving sugar, craving food, because you're likely also leptin resistant, and leptin and ghrelin influence our satiety. And when you add in the psychological aspect of denying yourself things, like i.e. taking something out of your diet, automatically you're going to feel more deprived. So what I usually say to people is, it's easiest to add something into your diet than to take something away. So think about it this way. If you prioritize leafy greens, micronutrient rich fruit, vegetables, lean meat if you eat meat, or other sources of protein, it's going to be difficult for you to pig out because you're actually going to be full and you're actually going to be satisfied. And please don't feel bad about wanting to indulge in sugar. It is our lifestyle now. Are those foods good for us? They are not. But you still want to enjoy life. You still want to live your life. You still want to have an odd treat every now and again. That is completely normal. You have to curate your life in such a way that it's going to make you want to stick to things. If you are a person that finds it difficult to stay consistent with programs, you cannot eliminate everything. You cannot deny yourself everything because you're going to fail. You need to curate and design your lifestyle in such a way that it's going to make you want to continue and develop that discipline and develop that consistency. This is kind of a long video, but I wanted to make sure to really talk it out and address your comment. But if you want me to expand on anything I just said, I'm happy to do that. I also have loads of other content that goes into more depth on each of these things and what I did and what I recommend for people. Just know that you're not alone. I hope that my content helps you feel like you're at least part of a community with like-minded people and people that are experiencing the same things. So this is a safe space.